This is Lord Thaddeus Gray. This one is going to be part of, not the mental health series that I do. This is going to be more of, it's going to be kind of related to it, but not quite what you think. This one's going to be about mental manifestation. Now, what am I talking about? You have to think about this. I've mentioned it before in previous videos, but I'm going to kind of go more in depth on this. I kind of tried this earlier. I'm redoing this, so bear with me. Okay, point blank. Mental manifestation is literally the mind focused so much on something that it comes to reality. The mind is connected to the spiritual plane. Us as human beings are not like other creatures on this planet. We have an awareness that most other animals may have a little more of, but at the same time they don't. It's just fact. There are certain things that we can do. We can think things into occurrence. I've put this forward when it comes to intent. But the mind is a very powerful tool. The term self-fulfilling prophecy is a very accurate and true statement. That's why I'm going to get to the point. What exactly could be brought across due to mental manifestation? Well, you have to think about this. Many priests, shamans, witches, practitioners of Wicca, whatever, they know how to do ritual. And I'm not saying one faith is better than the other or worse. That ain't my place. I follow my own faith. You guys know that. And I keep to the faith. Leave it at that. But the fact is, I have, due to people I've grown up around, basically, I have an understanding that simple such things are more of a focal point, more than anything else. Make no mistake, they're communicating with things. People communicate with these deities, entities, whatever you want to call them. I want nothing to do with them, but that's me. Point blank, they use this to get a desired result. The mind is a perfect conduit for that. Now, I want you guys to understand something. I brought this up before, and I'm going to do it again, because it's a very well-known one. The creepypasta character Slender Man, for example, there have been actual sightings of this thing. In actuality, it was actually the brainchild of a fellow, I can't remember, but he was pretty straightforward when he said, hey, this is something that came from my mind, and I put it out there. And of course, it became an internet sensation. Yet there have been sightings, supposedly, of such things out there ever since. Now, there may have been before, but there's really been now. Why is that? Because millions upon millions upon millions of people have downloaded that content in their noodles, and they pretty much have decided to put it out there. And I'm not saying they willingly decided that. What I'm trying to tell you is subconsciously they did that. And I believe very firmly that something spiritual was made manifest into something real. Not everything out there is fallen beings or old world creatures. I would say a good proportion of the things we see out there are things that our minds can conjure up due to thinking about it. I want you guys to look up, if you get a chance, a thing called a tulpa. And would I ever do this? No. Because I have no desire to create a sentient creature and then have to end it. That's murder. I refuse to do that. It's evil as hell, and I'm not going to do it. But there are those who have done this. It is literally an old Tibetan practice, for example. You literally will a living being into existence, and it can get out of control pretty quick. Think on that. That right there is something people subconsciously do every day. And this is something I'm going to go ahead and put out there. This is why my mind is a very negative place. It is. Due to the mental issues I have, neurological, whatever. It don't matter. The fact is, it is what it is. And that is why, especially now, in this day and age, we have to focus. If you want to put your mind to manifest something, let it be something positive. Go out there, help someone. Be a decent human being. Show empathy, show love. These things are what you need to make manifest. Now, don't get me wrong, I love scary stories, horror stuff, all the time. Make no mistake. but I make a point to limit what my mind manifests. This video is important. And at this point, this ain't to get more viewers. This is something I feel needs to be put out there. Be careful what you put in your head and what you put out of your head. This is so important. I cannot register, how can I say this? I cannot get you to register this enough. You have to use wisdom. God does not want us to focus overly on negative things because we bring them across into reality. Be careful, man. Even cryptid stuff. I love the stuff. But I limit what I put in my head. I'm telling you that. I have to. That's actually kind of what I did today. I spent time with family, and that's it. I didn't do nothing else. Period. I mean, I do my job. And you already know what I do. That ain't the point. The point is this. For my own mental sake, and for my own spiritual sake, I have to do this. I'm being very emphatic. I'm fairly emotional about this. Because I see so many good people not using their common sense when it comes to these things. For God's sake, man. Sometimes I want to put a boot in people. I'm sorry, I do. It just really kind of gets me riled up a little bit when people don't use their brain. Be aware of what you put out there, man. You do have to be aware of this. Whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are pure, think on these things. I'm just going to leave it at that. This video is important for that reason. I want people to not forget that. I'm glad you guys enjoy, my content, things like that. But I figured every now and then I need to put up videos like this. It's important to kind of keep, now that I have a mild platform, I have responsibility. And that responsibility is to keep people from veering into the darkness. That's why I'm here, and that was the calling that was given to me. I'm just going to leave it at that. It is important. You can't... I'm just going to leave it at that. It is important that you focus, whatever your faith is, on the light. The darkness can only be pierced by the light. We got bad enough stuff going on. We need no more help. So what I'm saying is enjoy the content. Just be careful about how you handle it. That's all. I'm saying this because I actually care. I'm just going to leave it at that. I apologize if it seemed like I was going on a rant. That wasn't the intent. I just want really people to understand, to really get that this mental manifestation stuff, it can be used for good or bad. Use it for good. You guys be blessed and be safe.